Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your forecast for this new moon in Capricorn, guys. This energy is going to be intense, but it's going to be so good. Now, I know January is one of the most contentious months of this entire year, and we just went through 2020. So there's going to be a lot of deeply rooted things that are going to be shifting and moving to make space for alignment, guys. Now, I just want to really quickly shout out that I just did a workshop. It's called Ascension Through Alignment using mudras, mantras, and pranayamas. This helps to cleanse and clear the chakras, which are the seats to your soul, guys. So many of the things that we have emotionally, emotional blocks, chronic physical issues, this is all having to do with our energetic body. And as we move through all these astrological transitions, it's really helping to unearth it. So if you guys are interested in that workshop, it can really help. The link is down below just to make this ascension process, these astrological alignments, a lot more empowering and flow just a little bit easier, guys. Now, this is for Gemini, sun, moon, or rising. So guys, please check all three, just not the two. And if you're unsure what's what, there's a free link down below. All right, Gemini, let's just take a moment to ground out. Take a deep breath and let's get started. With Capricorn. One more, 1 second. Ooh. Okay, guys. Let's get started. We have the Seven of Swords, the King of Coins, the Three of Wands, the Lovers, the Strength card, the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Coins, the Epiphany card. This has been coming up. The Three of Swords and the Page of Cups. Wow, 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 Gemini. Look at, there's going to be a little bit of, I don't want to call it a reset, more like inspiration here. When you have it with the Seven of Swords, guys, this new moon in Capricorn is going to kind of have you going back to the drawing board and really looking at your approaches and really looking how you're doing things, especially mentally, Gemini. And you are an air sign. So there's a better way to go about not just your work, but your relationships. So a couple things are highlighted here for you, Gemini. When you have it with the King of Coins, well, yes, it is the card of the millionaire. It also represents long-term benefits. It's not about short-term gratification. The King of Coins is all about the long-term turnover here. There's a lot of things that are coming in for you, Gemini. The issues here, because we're seeing some work, and we're seeing how work is going to grow for you. Ideas about work, finances are going to grow. And anybody who's worked with me long enough knows that I always say this: when your financial world grows or expands, your emotional world grows and expands. Now, what's happening with this new moon, Gemini, it's going to have you really looking at worth, your sense of worth, your sense of value, not just financially, but emotionally and personally. And some of the decisions that you have made in the past that perhaps were based on lower self-worth, confusion, old pain, old ideas. And this new moon is going to have you making some changes because some of the blocks to your work, to your long-term visions, to your career are not even about your intellect or your skill or your ability. A lot of your blocks are emotional, in your emotional world. And that's actually what's keeping down abundance and prosperity and opportunity, because I see a lot in alignment for you here, guys, and it's coming in, but the universe is going to have you facing any emotional aspects in your relationships that are reflecting a sense of low self-worth or fear. Now, you have the Lover card and the Strength card and the Ace of Swords. So I'm not going to lie, for some of you, Gemini, there is going to be some conversations in your relationships, very close relationships. Now, when we have the Lovers, we always think romantic. And yes, it absolutely can be, but it also could be family, any deeply rooted or loving relationship. And when you have it with the Strength card, there's going to have to be some conversations out of self-love and self-respect. Now, that might have some separations happening. Please don't let that freak you out. When you have the Ace of Swords, what can be happening is you're implementing new ideas in order to make some of these relationships reflective of your worth and your value. So maybe you're at a point where you really just want to focus on work and career and ideas, and that's not where you're at, and you've been dragging a relationship on, and maybe you might have that conversation. Or maybe there's been an imbalance at how you're approaching things. You're like, look, let's try better communication. Let's try this. You're implementing new ideas in order for the relationships in your life to reflect your needs, your self-respect, and your emotional level of consciousness. You know, the point of relationships is to grow together. And whether soulmate or karmic, when one grows and the other one doesn't, it's okay. We bring in new soulmates to help with this growth. You have the Queen of Coins, the Epiphany card, and the Three of Swords. The Queen of Coins, again, you have the King and the Queen of Coins here, guys. There's going to be a lot of growth and practicality with money and opportunities. But when you have the Epiphany card with the Three of Swords, Gemini, I know it seems like it has nothing to do with your finances, but it has everything to do with your finances. There's a lot of unresolved pain, Gemini, a lot of grief, old hurts, just a bunch of emotional stuff that needs to be transmuted. The Epiphany card is the card of the spiritual teacher. And when you give back, it's because you've taken your experiences and not just cognitively recognize, okay, that wasn't healthy, so I left. What was the deeper meaning? Well, how did you change? Did you change at all? It's really transmuting the pain into purpose, transmuting it into meaning so that you can have wisdom. And that's when the patterns stop. And the Page of Cups. So this new moon, while there's going to be a lot of new ideas and implementations in your work and in your money, where the pain or where the discomfort is going to come in order to have these new beginnings, it's in your emotional world, Gemini, so that you can have healthier friendships, healthier relationships, and emotional growth and release, guys, emotional release of old pain. Emotional energy must be expressed in order to leave the body. That's why you can be 80 suffering from something that happened when you were 8. If you do not express it, whether you cry it out, write it out, scream it out, create it out, it gets stuck in the physical body. Check out my workshop, guys. Just try it out to cleanse the chakras and release this from your body, guys, because some of you Geminis might have felt a little stuck in your career with your creative projects. How am I going to lift off? How am I going to expand? Well, let me tell you, the universe is lining up some really good opportunities, financial, just resources, money, career, just taking off. But what's keeping this stuck and balanced and not expanding in the way that you want, Gemini, has everything to do with all the emotional buildup in your body. So this new moon is trying to kick that off, dig deep and transmute it and heal it. So you don't carry it, so you have healthier relationships moving forward, and more importantly, so that the financial ventures and work and career and creative projects take off as they're meant to. And that's why you have the Seven of Swords. Universe is like, you're beating your head against the door. It has nothing to do with your skills. It has nothing to do with your intellect or your ability to do your work. It has to do with the emotional aspects that are keeping you stuck in your sense of worth. Worth, financially or emotionally, the universe just hears worth. So do the work, cut your cords. If you're interested, I have a cord cutting link for free on my website. Cut your cords, release it, guys. It's time to transmute. Is it easy? Not exactly, but does it have to be so damn hard? No. Just do the work. And if you want to do my alignment through ascension using energy work, mudras, mantras, pranayamas, check it out, guys. It cleanses, it clears, and is extremely liberating. But I hope this serves you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Otherwise, have an incredible new moon, and I'll see you at your next reading.